Okay, let me see if I can do this. Okay, I did it. All right. Here's a capital C press update on March the 10th, 2025. Still in Southern California, heading to Vermont, where our headquarters actually is, our home base actually is. And now we figured it out to, for instance, it's getting, the numbers are moving, friends, in the direction we want them to go, and helping us to have the confidence that we need to move and keep moving and keep putting books on shelves. As we're now in a partnership with Prison Library and Press, putting books and educational materials into the hands of incarcerated adults throughout the nation. And this includes Puerto Rico, I hope, I would assume, and I'm researching that. Capital C Press, partnership with the Prison Library and Press, through the Claremont Forum in Claremont, California. And we have books on shelves at the Claremont Forum Bookshop in Claremont, California. And through this bookshop and this forum, Claremont Forum, and more information at claremontforum.org, we're putting books on shelves and books into the hands of people that want to read them. And we are publishing the books of incarcerated adults nationwide. And your books, this is a Christian press, Capital C Press, specializing in Christian arts and poetry, Bible study and devotion, and teaching, Sunday school curriculum for adults, and humor and education. Christian owned. We are putting books on shelves, friends. This is a book press that specializes in Christian, but everyone is welcome. If you're a writer and you haven't been able to find a place to be published yet, bring it to us. We will publish you, possibly. Let me read it. Let's take a look. And if you want to know what our mission is, it's lifting up Jesus Christ. And if you're into that, great. And if not, that's okay. So be it. Capital C Press on the road. We're in Southern California. We're on the way to Vermont. You can support. We need $2,100 in the bank account immediately. You can support by helping any way you can. Go to the Patreon page, click on the links, click on the hashtags, buy the books if you want, if you're able, buy as many as you can, make as many copies as you want or as you need, and then of course, share as many copies as you wish or as you desire. And then if you want a copy of the book, write me a letter and I'll send you a copy of the book at no charge to you, free of charge. No questions asked. But as quantities are available, I've had a lot of people asking about these books. And a lot of the people that are interested in these books don't even come from a religious background. Star Wars fans, fans of mythology, curious seekers, anyone. If you're interested at all in any of this stuff, whether it's Star Wars or mythology or theology or the end times or whatever, culture or the mashup of faith-dumb or faith-based fandom, if you will, or fandom-based behavior, if you will, and how these behaviors have an impact on our modern society and through culture and more behavior. Look at this press. This press might be for you. Look at the books we're publishing and look at the books that you might want to publish. Capital C Press. And the update today is I need $2,100 in my bank account right now. To go across the country, it's going to be $300 a day, roughly. Look, man, it's 2,800 miles to get across the country. It is. We're going to drive about 500 to 400 miles a day. It's going to be, man, 6 to 7 days. I would rather do it in 9 days, but I can do it in 6 to 7 days. It's going to be around 45 hours of drive time. This means that, all things figured, it's going to be about $50 per hour. Each hour we drive, it's going to be about $50. It's going to cost us $50 to drive out there. This includes gas for the car, which is about $11 a day. $11 every hour that we drive. It's going to be about $11 about every hour that we drive. If we're going between 60 and 75 miles an hour, assuming that we get 30 to 35 miles a gallon, okay? It's all numbers. It's a numbers game. And I need certain numbers to move to certain areas by certain other numbered dates on the calendar so that we can get this thing going to Vermont, because we're leaving to Vermont. I'm going to Vermont. On a certain date, I am leaving here and I'm going there. It would be a lot easier if I had $2,100 in the bank, but if I don't, then so be it. I'm leaving here and I'm going there. Wherever that is, you can call me, look at the details, read the description, click on the links below. I'm not here to beg for money. I'm just here to tell you what my situation is, give you an update on Capital C Press. If you want to help, if you want to support, if you're able, great, do it. If you're not, fine. If you want to copy the books, send me a letter, write me an email, send me a text message. I will send you a copy of the books free of charge, no questions asked. I want you to have a copy of these books. I'll do the hand edits on the first editions now. The second editions, when they come out, these are going straight to the shelves because there's not going to be any hand corrections to be made on these. But if you can get your hands on the first editions, now these are going to be collector's items once the second editions hit the shelves, because you're not going to be able to get your hands on these first editions any longer unless it's through me, the author. And if you already have your hands on a signed, hand-corrected copy, then man, you really got something there, because it's a keepsake, it's a memorial. It's something to remember our encounter by. And friends, remember this. My dad used to have this in his pocket. He carried this around with him wherever he went. And this was his motto, and I believe it is my motto as well. And especially today as I meet you, as I encounter you. Friends, if we meet, if you meet me and you forget me, you have lost nothing. But if you encounter Jesus Christ and you forget him, you've lost everything. Now think about that. Capital C Press, specializing in Christian arts and poetry. And you might say art. Christian poetry and arts, writing, if you will, creative art writing, imaginative, maybe even fiction. Bible study and devotion, and teaching. Sunday school curriculum for adults, humor and education. And then, of course, Christian owned. Friends, we are putting books on shelves, and we have now a partnership with Prison Library and Press, Claremont, California. ClaremontForum.org. Books on shelves. Books on shelves, friends. Capital C Press. And you can get these books now on shelves. You can get these books on the internet. You can go to the website. You can go to the Patreon page, look up the books, look up the author. S. Randall S. Lopez. Look up the name of the author on Patreon. S. Randall S. Lopez. Look up the name of the author. It's simple, it's easy. And I'm not here to beg for money. I'm here to tell you what I'm doing and what the update is on Capital C Press. And if you want to support, then support. If you don't want to support, or if you're not able, great. Write me a letter, send me a text message, and I will be happy to send you a copy of my book, or any of my books. And then you can make as many copies as you want or as you need, and then you can give away as many copies as you wish or as you desire. Because, friends, we're putting books on shelves today. We're not taking books away. We're not banning books, friends. We're not censoring. We're not making it illegal to read books, friends. We're publishing books, and we're providing books. And we're making it possible for prisoners, friends, incarcerated adults throughout the nation to have their books published and to have books and educational materials at no charge to them through a partnership with Prison Library and Press, through a partnership with Claremont Forum.org. And we have books on shelves, friends, at the Claremont Forum Bookshop in Claremont, California, Capital C Press. Look it up. I'm about to scramble these eggs here, and this is what I'm doing. It's today, March the 10th, 2025. I did, now, I think I stirred was beating these eggs. I don't even know how long I've been doing it. But we'll see. I'm going to put a little butter in here, cooking in this pan. And then I'm going to have some, let me see, you warm this up now. I got to warm this up. Okay, I've got that set to low. In a minute, I'm going to put these eggs in that pan. And then I'm going to cook those up and scramble them up, scrambled eggs. And I've got some potatoes over here that, look at this, man. I'm going to tell you something. These are really good. Look at that. Man, my wife cooked these up right here, and look at this. Oh boy, that is going to be so good with those scrambled eggs. And then the other thing I'm going to do, I got some turkey breast here, honey smoked turkey breast. I'm going to go ahead and chop that up. I'm going to stir that in with the eggs. And I'm going to wrap that up. Well, I thought about doing a tortilla. I don't think so. I think I might have some toast with that. Might have some toast with a little bit of butter on it. I don't know. But wrapped in a tortilla might be good because I do have some salsa. So, I don't know. Let me see if I have that salsa. Hang on. I do have that salsa right here. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to wrap it up in a tortilla. And that's what I'm going to do. And then also, this is a update for Capital C Press. So today is March 10th, 2025. The time is now about 1:53 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'm making lunch today. And I'm having roasted potatoes and scrambled eggs. And honey smoked turkey breast, sliced. And this is, it comes out of this little package here, and I'm going to have that. There it is. And I don't even know where that came from. And I'm trying to eat in a humane way and all that, and blah, blah, blah. But I'm doing the best I can. And in the meantime, I'm putting books on shelves. This is a Christian press, friends. Capital C Press. Books on shelves, friends. I'm not taking books away. I'm not trying to ban books. I'm not trying to take books out of people's hands. I'm putting books in people's hands. And I'm coming to a theater, I'm coming to a community center, I'm coming to a civic center or church or whatever, gymnasium near you, friends, a local theater, preaching the gospel, lifting up the name of Jesus Christ, friends. If you're into that, then that's what I'm into. And if you're not into that, fine. I mean, look, I don't know what to tell you. I can't tell people what to do. Let's see, check this butter now. But if you're into that, fine, let's do it. I'm into that. I'm definitely into going about and lifting up the name of Jesus Christ. Some people aren't into that. I dig that, totally dig that. If you're not into that, don't even worry about that, man. That ain't my thing, that ain't your thing. Our thing is putting books on shelves. Hey, we can get in common with that. We can find common ground on that. Books on shelves. Well, then now we're talking. I don't have to be stuck on a broken record of Jesus this, Jesus that, Jesus that, Jesus this, and I'm only saying the word Jesus. If you want to switch the terminology, if you want to change the phrase or the word or the lingo, whatever, man, I don't care. I am going about doing good, and I'm trying to do as little harm as possible. And what that means is I got to get these eggs done, and then once I get, okay, this is set on low right now. But now look, I'm doing an update here on Capital C Press, but it's also a cooking program. So the way you're going to end up watching this might be in multiple parts, or it might look a little choppy, whatever. But I'm trying to tell you that I'm going from Southern California to Vermont, and I need $2,100 to do that. And you just boil it all down, and you can say that it's going to be about a 7-day drive. And we're going to go around about 400 miles to 500 miles a day. And it's across the country. It's 2,800 miles across the country from California, where we're at, San Bernardino, to Bethel, Vermont, Randolph, Vermont. This is across the country. We are driving our car across the country. It's 2016 Nissan. Double checked everything. Brakes are good. Engine's running great. It's got less than 100,000 miles on it. We have it down to the penny as to what the cost is going to be, how much it's going to be for each location, whatever. We have our route planned. I'm not going to tell you what my route is that's planned, but we're driving across the country using the interstate system, the federal interstate system. And then we're going to be along the way putting books on shelves, talking about Capital C Press, preaching the gospel. I'm going to be preaching the gospel. Every town that I go to, every city that I find myself in, I'll be useful. I have a craft that I can work. By vocation, I'm a carpenter. I have a lot of skills. I've done consulting work and everything from job development to grant writing. I'm a grant writer, job coach, nutritional coach. I've done it all, man. Life coach, community coach. I can write IEPs. I can do all that stuff, man. I've written grants, as I said. I've gone from doing like $250,000 grants to $1 million grants to, and I'm talking, I'm bringing in millions and I'm making $35,000 a year, and I don't have a problem with that. I do not have any problems with that. What I'm doing right now is I'm spending my own money to put books on shelves, and I'm saying, if you want to help me, what I'm doing, you can do that by partnering. There's a lot of ways that you can partner with me. One way you can partner with me is you can go to any of the links, click on any of the hashtags that we have below, as you'll see in the description. Take a look at any of the links we have. Take a look at any of the hashtags that you might find in there. This is a way to support the conversation and to support diversity, equity, and inclusion in what we're trying to accomplish here for this goal. A better world for us all. Not just for some of us, but for all of us. And this is possible, friends. We can do this. But it's not going to come from just one person or one way of thinking. This is obvious. This is absolutely clear. But it will, I'm just going to tear this up now. This is my sliced turkey. This is going to my scrambled eggs. But it will come from us together, working together and making this world a better place for all of us. We're not going to, I'll stir that in there now. We're not going to be able to click a magic wand or zap a button and, hey, there's an app for that, and here's one guy or one lady or whatever. And in the Bible, if speaking in biblical terms, in the New Testament, the Christian point of view, if you might say that, but there's a lot of different points of view when it comes to like how Christians might view things. And that is, that person's the Antichrist. This is the one world ruler of everything. So we're not talking this person. Other than when you see that person, you need to run from that person. You need to run and hide. Because anybody that can solve all the problems, and that does solve all the problems, you don't want that. You don't want anything to do with that. That's the Antichrist. If you're of Christ, belonging to Christ, from Christ, and speaking the word of Christ. Now, if you want to know what I'm doing here, I'm going from this location to that location, Southern California. Right now, I'm scrambling some eggs. I've got this heat on low right now. And I also have, hold on just a second. I've got a little bit of turkey in here. This is sliced turkey. It's smoked, honey smoked. And now, hold on, there we go. And I have, okay, now there we go. I'm working on this new pitch for Capital C Records. Capital C Records is a Christian press specializing in Christian arts and poetry, Christian writing. Could be fictional, imaginative, creative writing. Also Bible study and devotional writing, including teaching. And then Sunday school materials, curriculum for adults. And then humor and education. Books on shelves, friends. We're putting books on shelves. And then also, don't forget, friends, this is Christian owned. This is a Christian owned company, friends. Capital C Press, Christian owned. Putting books on shelves. Specializing in Christian arts and poetry. Bible study and devotion. Sunday school material and curriculum. And humor and devotion. Capital C Press. And we're moving across the country, coming to a theater, a town, a community center, a coffee shop near you. Look it up, search it, search the Patreon. There's a lot of ways that you can support. There's a lot of ways that you can join our mission, so to speak. And I'm not begging anybody for any money. This is not a plea for money. That's not what I'm doing here. What I'm doing here is I'm saying anybody that wants can join what we're doing. But you need to go to the website, search it out. I don't know, Google it. See what we're doing. And if you want to do that with us, there's a lot of ways that you can support us. You can buy the books, you can copy the books, you can share the books. We're looking for distributors. We're looking for mentors, coaches. We're looking for people that can become contacts to other people to put books in other markets. We're looking for people that work for every organization and every agency, from the Department of Defense to Tesla to the Assemblies of God to Home Depot, friends. Everybody should have a copy of this book. Every parliament in the world and every Congress member in the United States of America needs a copy of this book. These books, this Christian book series. And so, if you're interested in this, if you want to support this, go to the website. This isn't small business here. This is a big deal. I got to get back to these eggs.
Daily devotions or just a fresh perspective on faith and fandom. Published by Capital C Press. This book